Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the waters to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Shachanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just got a couple of articles lined up, man, to show that America, Babylon the Great, good old Rome, is falling, man. But let me grab a quick scripture real quick and we'll lean right into them. Real basic, man. Real basic lesson. This place is falling, man. Esau, Edom's kingdom is falling. This place is through it and it's not coming back. And the evidence is clear. Ecclesiasticus, no, Salaki, I want chapter 25, verse 7. Also known as the Book of Sirach for you newcomers. Ecclesiasticus 25:7. This is in the Apocrypha 16:11 King James Bible. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And that's what we're witnessing. And you know, a lot of Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know, they're not awakened to the fact that they have enemies, and that the very countries that we're scattered in, the people that are running those nations are enemies of ours, man. All the nations are enemies of ours. None of them are our friends. You can get that out of your mind, man. These people have been downtrodden you and keeping you on the bottom of the barrel for hundreds of years, and the Lord is now reversing the curses on these people. So let's grab a couple of these headlines. Okay, so we got one here. I'm just going to go into them. Young Americans don't want to have children in today's economy, housing market study, right? Nobody want to, this place is through. I'm just going to get a little bit of it. Fewer Gen Zers and younger millennials are choosing to have children, citing financial hardship as their main concern, recent studies have found. And who this is pretty much affecting the most is really the so-called white race, because they're the ones that's, Jake, they just out here just Planned Parenthood on every corner and just randomly having sex like animals on the street, you know what I'm saying? They're not planning anything when it comes to children being born and stuff like that. It's just they hooking up, they linking up, babies are being born. It is what it is. But when it comes to the so-called white race, generally they want a career, they want to, put a couple $100,000 in the bank, little shit like that, and be situated in certain areas, go to school, grab an extra degree, and then they'll have their first child at, in their late 30s to early 40s, some shit like that. But these younger generations, if any babies are being had, it's just because it's random sex. And a lot of these Americans, from a standpoint of middle class Americans, they're not dealing with this no more because it's too hard. Esau has made it too hard. The so-called white man has made it too hard for his own people to reproduce. Right? So let's go to another article. Let's see. That's one. This guy right here. Grant Cardone declares home ownership dream dead in Biden's America. Worst time in my life to buy a home. See? Billionaire CEO and real estate investor, Billionaire CEO and real estate investor Grant Cardone says steep housing costs and high interest rates mean buying a home isn't the American dream it used to be. And the buck stops with Joe Biden. See, they blaming Joe Biden. But the whole thing of it is, America is just through anyway. It don't make no difference, Biden or Trump. And that's the reason why they're looking at Trump like he's the great white hope and he's going to make America great again. And check out, this is the article too, Trump. He says, Trump claims nuclear war is a greater threat to the world than climate crisis. And he's right. But you got these people out here, they'll put climate change over nuclear war any day. I'll get the first paragraph. Donald Trump has downplayed the threat of climate crisis in the latest interview with Fox News, insisting that international understand the danger of nuclear war are of far greater concern, declaring the only global warming that matters to me is nuclear global warming. And he's got a point. See, they're not listening. They, the elite, they know. I mean, these people know. It's just that climate change is one of those things that they want to use to pretty much, that's one of their main things that they're going to use to pretty much shut this bitch down. It's one of the main tools that they've been using to shut the earth down, man. They're blaming every flood on it. They're blaming every disaster on it when there's always been new tornadoes, hurricanes, all these different things. Don't get me wrong. Hey, the Lord has been turning up this year. There was a tornado right here, right up the street from me. And I prayed to the Lord. I was looking out the kitchen window like, God damn, what's going on? It was, it was like that rain that you can't see in front of you. And I just prayed to the Lord, like, Lord, keep us safe. And I prayed, hey, that our power didn't go out. Quick little prayer. And prayer is important, man. Always pray, man. Always pray. The prayers of a righteous man availeth much. So I prayed real quick. That little thing, man, it as hard as it was, as hard of a storm as it was, it blew over us, man, in like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. But out just a few miles back from me, trees just tumbled over. It was a 2-year-old got crushed. A damn tree fell on the house. 2-year-old got crushed, sleeping with her with the mom in the bed. She in critical condition. They had to cut the big ass tree out of the house to get the. It was 2 of them. It's 2. That's not even a thing for us here in Detroit, like for real. Okay, but anyway, another article. Let's see what this one is. 5 ways people in the middle class could become poor in the next 5 years. Man, that's already a wrap. According to the Pew Research Center, about half of the United States qualifies as middle class. That's lower than it has been in prior decades. For example, in the 1970s, about 60% of Americans qualified as middle class. Currently, any household making between $50,000 and $150,000 a year is considered middle class. Lower class would be those households making less than $50,000, and that's pretty much, you got some so-called black people in that middle class area, whatever percentage it is, but it's not as much as, I gotta say, at least 80%, 90% of that got it. But then again, so-called blacks and kind of came up, Hispanics, Native Americans, then it came up a little bit. A lot of them are in that tax bracket of $50,000 to $150,000. But when they say this, they're really talking about Esau. They're really talking about the so-called white race. They're really talking about them, they used to be, they was able to pay the house note. One income, used to be able to take care of everything. Now you got the wife and husband with 2 children in the house. All of them may be working 2 jobs apiece. 8 incomes coming into the house, and it's still hard for them to stand. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they not prioritizing right anyway. Because, you'll have people, they still trying to live the lifestyle of the early, early 2000s, the 90s. They trying to live that lifestyle when the money is just not matching the bills no more. The motherfucker sitting around got 2 trucks in the driveway, a car, a van, jet skis and shit, RV to try and travel. They see these people, they still want that same lifestyle, but they got, it's breaking them down now. That's why you got this tiny house era. You never used to hear about nobody in no goddamn tiny houses. Now people are living in fucking jail cells, basically, on, just little tiny houses. Check out some of these tiny houses. Some of them are, they're nice. I mean, you ask me personally, it's really all a person needs if you're on a dolo. Even if you just with a partner. A tiny house, you know what I'm saying? But see, America, they have given you this idea of this dream of you have to have the house. It's got to have the two garages on it. It's got to be at least 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. That's just basic average so-called white people middle class living. That shit is through. These middle class people that's in this tax bracket right here, some of them still working. And they living out of a Walmart parking lot, man, out of a station wagon. A van. Pay attention to when you go to Walmart and look off the back end of the parking lots. These big ass parking lots. There's people living in cars and vans, and these are white people. I see them all the time. They'll get a gym membership, like Planet Fitness, little $10 a month where they can just run off in there and shower. Still get their little workout in, waiting on some lick that, waiting on some change to happen. It's not going to happen, man. Not going to happen. Let me get this scripture again. Just a quick reminder. Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy, man. And this is what we're witnessing. I see him all day long. I work with him. I work with a bunch of older men that had to come out of retirement, and a lot of them was above this middle class average right here. Motherfuckers was above the $150,000. But what do they have to do? They had to come out of retirement, and they all in there, with ailments and shit. They're walking funny. Their damn knees is gone. Their hips is gone. Squunched all over, back problems and shit. But they had to come back to work. It is what it is, man. And all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua for it. Let's see the next. Let's get the next one. Here you go, right here. The U.S. consumer is cracking. See? A tighter labor market, higher prices, lower spending. The U.S. consumer is struggling. Damn, that's a cold ass picture. I might have to take that one right there. That's a cold picture. They got anyway. Grab a little paragraph or so. The Fed's war on inflation is finally trickling down to the wider economy, and the evidence is beginning to show that many Americans are feeling the pain. Today's Bureau of Labor Statistics latest job openings and labor turnover survey report came in far cooler than expected. U.S. job openings fell in April to the lowest level in over 3 years, illustrating a significant slowdown in the labor market. Available positions dropped to 8.06 million, a decrease from 8.36 million opening in March. There's a lot of that going on, man. I'm just reading an article earlier. I'm not sure if I pulled that one in here, but talking about out in California, since they went up on that $20 an hour fast food wage. Remember, everybody was out here marching, trying to get that $20 an hour for working at McDonald's, Burger King, and all these different places. They done lost 10,000 jobs. These so-called white people got smart on their asses, which they should have knew it was going to happen anyway. Esau don't want to pay for no shit. He don't care nothing about you being an American and about you being able to afford rent and shit like that. He just like, hey, look, man, here's the job. I'm paying this amount for you to run the cash register, to drop some fries, throw some burgers on this goddamn grill, and that's that. Now, however you survive from there, that's on you. But once they threw in that $20 an hour, those restaurants started getting more automated. That's why you start to see a lot of those kiosks in these restaurants. And actually, these motherfuckers got kiosks that want you to tip. And there's nobody even servicing you. They'll ask you on the kiosk for a tip. 1 or 2. And that's everywhere you go. Shit, I went to a damn auto parts place the other day, and there was one lady in the store. It was one lady in the store running the entire store. She running to the back to get parts. She's running the cash register. She's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you generally you can get a battery check. They do certain things. They might come out into the parking lot and, put the machine on your shit, see if something going. Hey, they got her ass working every department in that big ass store, man. I'm like, God damn, you in here by yourself? And that's what they're doing. See, Esau, he don't give a fuck. He been doing that for a minute. I've been watching that decline for a while. Because I can remember, man, you used to go to say, for instance, a fast food restaurant. Man, shit, that motherfucker be packed with employees. You'll have a person dealing with, like mopping, trash, doing the windows, keeping the parking lot clean outside, things of that nature. You'll have just a person will be hired strictly to just run the cash registers. You have a person that strictly will be hired to just drop the fries and burgers and do all those little things. He's making the drinks and all that shit. Shit, man, they got the one. I mean, they'll have 2 people doing all that shit now. He's got to break down the. So he's doing it all. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, that one precept, man, it says it all, man. Hey, we are happy to see the fall of our enemies. And it's telling, man. Let's see another one. Here you go right here. Check this one out.
And Americans are tipping less, but the requests keep on coming. A new survey by Bankrate says the frequency of tipping has gone down in general over the last few years. And while older Americans may have the most to say about the surge in tip requests, the survey also shows they tip more frequently and better than Gen Z or millennials. And Americans are tipping less, but the requests keep on coming.
There you have it. Who the fuck tipping? I don't even understand how people even afford Uber Eats and shit like that. A damn combo now costing you, $15, $20 best. For a simple burger, fries, and a drink, man, y'all better start making that shit at home. I don't eat out like that anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm a homebody. I like to, do my thing at the crib, and even I can see the tick up in groceries, you know what I'm saying? When when I'm going to, supermarket and stuff like that, I can see the tick up. But, you got to just pay attention in certain places when you go in certain places. See, the Lord, that's why you pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Let me grab this real quick. This is something I pray every day in Proverbs. Hey, pray to the Lord, man. The Lord, he's going to get you to where the best products are for the best price overall. Straight up. The Lord will lead you past a gas station, man, that's watering down gas, man. You know what I'm saying? Just simple prayer, man. This is Proverbs 3:5 and verse 6. I pray this every day throughout the day. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. That's one of the simplest prayers, but it is so very important. Because you got people that's just getting up, they just going about their day and just doing what they do, and it costs them. It cost them. And see, the Lord, you may not know what's going on right off. Like, why is this happening? Why is this going on? And then, it'll kick in, it'll click. Like the Lord will be doing something exclusively special for you because you prayed. You've acknowledged him. That's important, man. Let me see. I got maybe one or two more. We got that one. Yeah, man, there's a lot of shit going on right now. This one right here, I think, let me see. Middle class Americans struggle financially amid high costs. Let's see if this will play. I think I had it in another one too. Let me see the same thing. Yeah, man, it ain't what it used to be, baby. Not what it used to be. I don't know if this is the one. Here's another one, though. More than 60% of middle class say they're struggling financially. More than 60% of Americans in the middle class said they are struggling financially and do not expect things to turn around for the rest of their lives. Oh, my. The poll commissioned by the National True Cost of Living Coalition found that around 65% of Americans who are considered middle class, earning above 200% of the federal poverty level, are in financial struggle. There you have it, man. You cannot get around it. Let me see if I can get this other one to play, though. So Salakia, bear with me. I mean, it's so many of these articles, man. Let's see. Bear with me, Salakia, y'all. But we pray for these things, man. So keep on praying for the downfall of America. It might, I'm sure it's gonna play a commercial.
According to a new study.
Good. Salakia, we good. Let's see.
Nationwide helps financial professionals identify their clients' long-term care needs and then plan for the cost.
Well, we know, they got to pay the bills, right?
Like I'm at a loss because of your
Everybody got to pay the bills.
Sure.
All right, let's see.
The majority of middle-class Americans say that they are struggling financially. In an Urban Institute poll commissioned by the National True Cost of Living Coalition, 65% of American families making at least $60,000 a year said that they were struggling financially. And out of the respondents, about a third were worried about paying down debt or an unexpected emergency, while a quarter worried about affording housing. Certainly, housing is not affordable, whether you want to rent or buy right now. It's extremely challenging, but it's also interesting that paying down debt is a concern because we're starting to see a consumer pullback because interest rates remain high. That is very high fees, record high fees in many cases on credit cards, and that's starting to show up in some of these discretionary stocks.
Yeah, the economic inequality here is just a major story that continues to get worse, and you're talking about a third of Americans that don't have $1,000 to cover an emergency. You point out housing, which has been increasingly difficult. Most people think they will never be able to afford a home, but just look at the cost of food. In every poll, that shows up as one of the top concerns that makes people feel like they'll never climb out of a hole.
Whew. My goodness, man. That is telling, right? Let me get that real quick. I'm going to end off, though. Hey, man. We're watching this place crash, man. We're actually watching our prayers come to pass. Psalm 64. And Jake not paying attention. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they just living. They not paying attention. They know groceries is high. They know gas is high. You know, they're not. They just don't understand as to what's going on. They don't see the future of this place is really about to go into turmoil. They don't see it, man. This is Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And this is what's happening as you see these news stories. That's really Esau telling on themselves. You know, they try and make it seem all subtle. You know what I'm saying? But really, in reality, they're telling you, yeah, we're fucked up. We fucked up. We're fucked up. There's nothing we can do to get out of this situation. You know what I'm saying? I actually had it's articles on these people building bunkers. It's it's articles on World War III. You seen what Trump said? He said, hey, World War III talk, nuclear weapon talk is far more important than this goddamn climate change y'all keep trying to push on the people. Because I'm here right now. I'm sitting outside right now. I literally had to go inside to get a hoodie, man. Here you go. It's mid-June. And it's cool as shit out here. I'm talking about like it's like a fall day. Seriously, I literally just had to go in the house to put on a hoodie, man. I'm like, damn, what the hell going on? Brisk. You know, generally, you know, it's been some nice little hot days and stuff, but it's been some real cool days, man, as of late, you know? So why they talking all that climate change bullshit? I don't know, man. Anyway, let me see. I think that was pretty much it on all the articles. And these was just kind of like, I'm just scrolling through the news app. And all these articles is pretty much lined up in a damn row. It was like the lesson was already there. Oh, here's another one. I missed this one. Or did I get it? I think I missed this one. Let me see. Yeah, let's get this one right here real quick. Damn, did I get it already though? I might have got this one already. Is this one the paycheck to paycheck? 58% in new polls say they're living paycheck to paycheck, and they are. 58% of registered voters say they are living paycheck to paycheck, according to a new News Nation Decision Desk HQ poll released Wednesday. The voters said their monthly income is consumed by basic living expenses, housing, food, health, and transportation, leaving little to no money left over. The poll offers more dismal information for President Biden during an election year where the economy is expected to be a major issue in the presidential race against former President Trump. And this is the reason why, man, he going to be out of there. If this guy, if Joe Biden wins, you know this shit, we already, you know, we know it's rigged. But if Joe Biden wins, that's going to set these people over the top. That's going to set these people over the top. There's no goddamn way this guy should win no election. There's no way. He's doing horrible. And I pray that he stay, you know, so he can continue on tearing this place on down. Either way, it's not going to make no difference. Trump, he'll do his thing too. But these people are ready to go to civil war, man. Half the country still think that Trump is their president. Half the country think that Biden is their president. You literally have half the country that will not support Joe Biden on no level, no matter what this country is going through. No level. If war were to break out right now, it would just be, these Americans are not going to come together as a whole to say, hey, well, let's put our differences aside and let's do what we got to do to, to handle our enemy. Nope, 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 nope. Half the country will help the enemy. It depends on which side it's landing on. So, I'm going to end out there, man. I don't want to keep it long, but, man, ooh-wee. This is telling, man. This is telling. This is, hey, the crash is here. People don't understand it. They could wake up tomorrow and their bank accounts could be zero. You got blackouts going on. They just had another AT&T blackout the other day. You can't call 911. How many of those they done had? That's been going on. They're talking about hackings from other nations, hacking into American systems. There's nothing for these people to say, we got hacked. There's a blackout. The banking system is down. And don't let the lights go out. Oh my. And it's nothing for them to do it. It's nothing for them to say it. And what can you do about it? Nothing. Just like you can't do nothing about nothing they doing right now. This guy from the Fauci, they just grilled the shit out of him. He told you straight up what it was. A lot of people, comment boards on that. They like, man, I lost my job. I lost my career. I had to, a lot of people lost a lot of shit, man. And from that point, the ripple effect right now is your gas, your groceries, all this shit done went up. All these businesses done closed. That guy he sat there and told, he was like, hey, man, he was just shit he was making up. I'm not going to get all off into it. But that right there was a major, major blow to the economy of America, man. They put a lot of money into, buying, the medicine. Remember? Motherfuckers got filthy rich. Few people got filthy rich. The rest of the country got poor. Right? They still sending money to Ukraine. They sending money to Israel. They sending money to Taiwan. They sending money all over these places. And the average American can barely put food on their table. So, hey, man, the place is through. The place is falling. Babylon the Great got to go. We chanting down this motherfucker right here first. And the rest of the globe, though. Because I watch Euro News. You watch Euro News. Great channel to watch. If you have a Roku TV, I think it's, in my state, it's like channel, maybe 140, 141 or 142. But one of them is like Reuters News. It's like, the section where the news is at. If you go on your Roku, you go to news, you'll see a smorgasbord, a plethora of nothing but news channels. But one good one is that Euro News, because it shows you the so-called Europeans in other countries talking in their language. They breaking it down in the subtitles at the bottom of the TV, of course. And they complaining. They're miserable. It's uproars of the people. It's sedition among men. They're coming up against their governments. And that's another thing, too. Let me see. This thing is going to be real and coming right here. To a theater near you, baby. Second Esdras, chapter 15. Let me see, though. I'm just going to start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. Hey, man, it's about to get real out here. It's coming to a point. These people don't regard their king or their prince. These people don't regard Joe Biden. It's going to come a point where people are going to be fuck 911. People like fuck 911 right now, really. But it's not to the extent of, it's going to be a point of you're going to see fucking police cars, ambulance and shit on fire. It's going to be straight out chaos in this place, man. Those police officers, they going home. to protect their families, probably with the same squad car that you would be expecting to pull up to help you out. It's going to come a point where if you even see a police officer, a squad car, you're going to probably more than likely want to get the fuck away from him because he's probably going to, throw your ass in there to traffic you or throw you in there to have his way with you. It's not going to be to protect you. He's going to be a complete fucking enemy. And you're going to have imposters actually riding around with police uniforms on in those cars. Hey, look, you need help. Next thing you know, you tied in the basement somewhere. It's about to get crazy here, man. You got to put some imagination into these scriptures, bro. They're not regarding their kings and their princes. They don't give a shit about the governor, the mayor. They don't care about you. They don't care about their family and their households. People are about to start going nuts. And I was looking at the elder from Chicago today, and he had this video playing with this guy at the drive-through window. I don't know if it was a McDonald's or something, but he was going fucking nuts. He's at the drive-through, really leaned into the drive-through, throwing shit around. Like, give me that bag over there. Give me something to fucking eat. Give me that bag. And the women that was in there, they were scared as shit. They couldn't do nothing but, eat. One lady, she passed him one bag. He said, give me the other one. Calling them all kinds of it. He's probably on dope or something. But it's going to come a point. But the point that I wanted to make is how the elder was talking about, just wait till a person can't smoke a cigarette. Wait till all the cigarettes are gone. The unhealthy part of smoking a cigarette is actually some people's stress reliever. So just imagine. Just imagine. I'm telling you, it's about to get wild out here. Verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And they gave you a good example of that during COVID-19. They told you where you could go, where you couldn't go, how many feet away you had to be from people, the mask. See, Dr. Fauci, they grilled him on all that shit the other day. Verse 18, for because of their pride, this city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. See? This is coming to a theater near you, a lack of bread. It don't take but one little mishap or bump in the distribution of a food truck rolling into Walmart. Let Walmart black out. Let the electricity go down. People gonna hit them bitches so hard, they're gonna hit the meat sections. Then you're gonna have the stupid ones that's in there, you know what I'm saying, that's just gonna be hitting the liquor section and shit like that. They're gonna grab up as many dry goods as they can. You're gonna have Jake's stupid ass is gonna be running out of there with TVs, and cell phones and bikes and shit. They're not gonna be really thinking about no food like that. Until they realize, damn, we should have filled up the cart with food. So just think about a blackout where it just shuts down all that shit. And then all of a sudden, there you go. Because the food supply in America is not what you think. You got warehouses. But these trucks are pulling up every 2 to 3 days, dropping off, eggs, milk, cheese, certain meats. Them dry goods is something different. But the refrigerated trucks and stuff like that you see on the highways, and that's why a lot of that stuff is getting so expensive too. The gas is so damn high where they got to transport it. Of course, the store going to push the prices off on you because they still got to make a profit. So things is about to get crazy, man. I just wanted to touch on a few of these articles. I'm not going to keep it much longer here. So, hey, pray to Yahweh about Shem Yahweh for mercy. That Luke, I pray this every day as well, throughout the day, whenever I'm thinking, I'm just meditating. This one is a beauty too. Because there's a reason why Yahweh told us to pray for such things like this. And this is red letter too, if you want to, not in this particular 1611 King James Bible, but if you were to read it in a regular Bible, it would be red letter, which would mean that Yahweh is talking or speaking. Luke 21:36, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. That's it. You should be praying this. That's actually a commandment from the Lord. Pray that you are counted worthy enough to make it through the things that are to come to pass. Because a lot of people are not going to be able to make it through the things that are to come to pass. And also, the most important part is that you're counted worthy enough to stand before the Son of Man. We were working for crowns, man. We're working for our reward. Fuck this place. And if the Lord is giving you the eyesight or the vision to see that this place is through, then you're blessed, man. And again, I mean, because look, these stories right here, I just lined up a few of them. There's plenty of this shit. There's plenty of them. I just lined up a few of them. So with that, man, I'm going to end out. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.